Yeah! Pay-per-view. Sydney, Australia. UFC 293. The Middleweight Championship on the line. The massive favorite, Israel Adesanya, the defending champion, taking on a man looking to not really shock the world, but just to turn the world into pure and utter chaos. And Sean Strickland, Tai Tuivasa is back against Alexander Volkov. Not a ton of stakes in this card, but the main card should be pretty fun. We should get a lot of finishes, and I think we'll enjoy ourselves if you want to spend the $80 or $85 after taxes, depending on where you're at. But thank you for joining us for the People's Pre-Fight Show. I am Mike Heck here in New York City, and joining me as always before these cards, producer extraordinaire, the baddest stash in MMA, the best damn chair swinger in MMA. He is Casey Leydon. Where is he? Oh, he's doing the 80s Beverly Hills 90210 chair swing. Casey Leydon.
That's all you get. That's all you get for this card. You get a
fair.
A slight. All right.
You get this.
I mean, it is
the opening credits.
It's Izzy, it's Izzy fighting, so it's always a big deal. But
yes, you get the opening credit, 80s television show open, and there you go. So we're just gonna take questions till about 6:30 Eastern, because I don't have the fights on here, and I gotta walk to the studio. It's a little bit longer of a walk this time. I'm not like right around the corner like I usually am, because things are real expensive around here. So I gotta save the company a couple bucks. So gotta take a little bit extra of a walk today. So post your questions. We'll pull them up. We'll discuss. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, where we go? Start at the top.
Apologies for the lighting. There is like a perfect like desk light right here, but the button doesn't push down all the way. So like this is all I get.
Whoa.
And then I let it go, and it doesn't stay on. So
it turns on but doesn't stay on?
Yeah, it turns on like if I drop something that just happens to land on this desk, I could just be like, "Ooh, there it is," but it doesn't stay on. So
all right. First question. You're gonna love this question.
Oh God. Oh boy. How did y'all enjoy Gamebred MMA? That was pretty crazy. I just want to pull up the card.
I only saw the main event. I only watched the main event, so that's all I can say. But you watched the entire card, correct?
I literally watched everything. The great Shaheen Al-Shadi was like, "Hey, you got to fly out in the morning. Like, I'll handle things if you want to just relax. But if something insane happens, just kind of like be around." And then Shaheen's Wi-Fi went out, so I had to continue watching, which I probably at that point, like I was going to do it anyways. First two fights are absolute squash matches. And then we got to the Joe versus Joey fight, which is super good. The Joe Penafiel versus Joey Roquette fight. Reggie Northrup, Cody Herbert was kind of a crazy fight. Ago Huskic versus Brandon Davis was pretty fun. Erwin Rivera with the strategy of the night against Josh Weems of I'm just going to march forward and talk a bunch of smack, but I'm just going to let you punch me and kick me and elbow me for the entire fight, and I'm not going to throw anything back. So that was a real interesting strategy, Cotton. Brennan Jenkins, Anthony Njokuani was interesting. Joel Bauman with a dominant performance, and then just one of the weirdest post-fight interviews you'll ever see in your entire life. And then the main event was two upper 30s, low 40s dudes on the gas just having a fight, and JDS won. Some judge scored it for Fabricio Werdum. I don't understand how that's a thing, but all in all, like if we're talking about the actual fights, it was a little much. There were probably too many fights to be like on one card. If they did like a prelim, like 2 or 3 fights on YouTube, and then they switched over to something else and did like a 5-fight main card, like I think it would have been perfect because it did get a little sloggy. The fights were good. I liked the concept. It was interesting and fun. But man, the actual like production of it all, I didn't love. It was pretty awkward, pretty much from start to finish.
Who was in the booth
That was Robin Black and Kayla Harrison were in the booth
for the entire card? Okay.
for the entire card. And I like Robin Black a lot, so I'm not going to sit here and dump on him. He's not a play-by-play guy. He's a very good color analyst. So what we heard, and this is just me from a broadcasting perspective, you had two color analysts just color analyzing the fights, but no one like leading the dance. There was no John Anik, there's no Brendan Fitzgerald to like set those two up to basically explain what was going on. So it was kind of awkward in that sense. There was no one really driving the train. It was basically a runaway train with two passengers just chilling, but no one's actually driving it. So it got a little awkward. But look, first big show for them. They took this very seriously. They tried. They did some cool things with the corner cams. They had replays ready to go. So I thought like that part of the production was great, but I think they're going to learn a lot from this event, and hopefully they could bring in some more polished broadcasters to work with Robin and Kayla, like one person just to kind of set them up and let them do their thing. Because there's a lot of time between fights too for them to just talk, and you can only say so much between two fights. So that's my only knock. I'm not blaming them at all. I think Kayla's got some chops when you kind of let her go, but it just got to the point where she was just didn't seem like she'd get really a word out edgewise, and then she just kind of leaned on "oh my god" for the rest of the card. Yeah. So I look, there were worse things I could have done on a Friday first show, so I'm not gonna ding him too bad, but I'll say solid B. I'll give him a solid B. Nope, B for sure. Okay, I'll give him a B. Main event wasn't great, but I mean, I didn't have a ton of expectations. If we're being honest, I
thought the main event was fine. It just didn't erupt into that. I mean, you had the kind of classic striker versus grappler fight, and it just turned out the grappler couldn't grapple, and the striker kept it striking. And so the main event didn't really live up to maybe our expectations compared to the first fight, but JDS had a solid game plan, and he did it, and he kept Verdum off him, and won with that jab. Basically, that jab won the fight, and good on JDS, and the commentary was not good, but
it was tough.
It was not good, but the actual fights, and hey, it was a free card on YouTube. That's a big thing. It was easy to watch. You didn't have to go through some weird, I don't know, thing to get it. Register some random site. So it was on YouTube, and when I think I saw the main event, I can't remember the numbers. It seemed like a good amount of people. It was like over 100,000 people. I think were like.
Oh, for sure, they did. They did very well.
Yeah. So numbers wise, it seems they did great. Production's hard. The venue just don't. I don't know why they had that place that big. Just get like a decent size ballroom. I don't know. You don't need that. The place was too big. It seemed like, and it felt too big.
It was definitely too big. They did. They did just under 1 million. They have just under 1 million views. So, and that it doesn't include the Facebooks. Anyone watching on Facebook. So.
Oh, yeah. So if it was on multiple platforms too, good for them. Overall, though, I'm happy Gamebred is doing his thing. I'm not against bare knuckle MMA. I like bare knuckle as far as like kind of an alternative. I thought there'd be more. Bare knuckle MMA seems to be pretty advantageous to grapplers, honestly, and so I thought Verdum was going to do a little better, but credit to Junior Dos Santos for keeping him away. But the main event main event happened, and I don't think we learned too much, but it was fun. Good congratulations to everyone who made a paycheck, and did you see did you get to see Verdum's Instagram post?
No.
Post. Basically, he just had a close image of his face, his messed up face. He had like a giant,
that was a nasty laceration.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was nasty. And his face was kind of beat up, but he kind of had one of those. Hey, I went out there, trained hard, and didn't get it, but had a lot of fun doing it though. So, but he seemed to be wearing his battle scars proudly. So
yeah. If they can find like some sort of platform. Like, it was cool on YouTube last night for sure, but I don't
Mhm.
think that's sustainable overall.
Probably not.
You can do prelims on the YouTube channel, but I think eventually, like whether it's Fight Pass or somebody else, just land somewhere so we could get the production values a little bit better. But I completely agree with you. Like, ViStar was too big of an arena.
Just too big.
They were nowhere near selling that place out from all accounts. So yeah, get a place that's like 2,500, 3,000 people.
Yeah, make it
I would
intimate.
have sold it out.
If,
Yeah.
if it was like maybe like 2,000 people and it was just intimate and just I don't know, just a lot of energy of a small crowd, it would have changed it. But because that place was so big, you could like hear like just individual people yelling, and it just kind of feels odd. I don't know.
Yeah, at one point, ago, Huskic is fighting Brandon Davis, I think, and he kept leg kicking Brandon Davis, and Brandon Davis kept getting knocked down. And every time Brandon Davis would stand up, like, Ago would give him a fist pound and be like, "Good job getting up, man." And you could hear, like, every time he did that, you could hear one coach in his corner being like, "Ago, what the fuck are you doing? You're not friends with this guy. You're fighting him." Like, it was just every time he did it, like, it was just a coach screaming at him. I could hear every word he was saying. It was pretty funny.
All right.
But good start for them. And I think the next one's in October. It's Alan Belcher and Roy Nelson,
which is
for
that
the
sounds
heavyweight
cool.
title, I think.
And I hope,
I think it's title fight.
Yeah, and I hope that's MMA, right? Not bare knuckle, right? I mean, not boxing, MMA.
Bare knuckle MMA, yep. And then
MMA.
JDS is going to fight the winner of that for the title.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I just hope the show looks a little better because I like I said, I'm totally good on them doing it. Just it needs the presentation needs to look better.
Yeah, but they'll get there.
Yeah, they'll get there. Oh, that's a good question.
Question: do you think there'll be a clean sweep for the home-based fighters tonight? Yes, the home is in quotations because it depends on how you define home. Yeah, I guess the like a sweep for the oceanic fighters.
Yeah,
I guess we're going with.
So
Let me see.
Izzy, Ty, Tafa.
Do we count Kevin Josette, even though he's a French fighter, but he's a CKB fighter?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he trains there. Yeah, we'll count him.
So I think he'll win. I don't know if Blood Diamond wins. It's a tough fight for him. I think Malarkey wins. I think Jenkins wins. I think Olberg wins. Pedro, Tafa, Tuivasa I'm picking, although I'm not fully confident in that. No, I don't think it's going to be a sweep.
No, I don't.
But I think they'll do very well. Very well.
It'll be a very impressive night if it's a clean sweep, but I think what is that? 8 of the 12 fights involve local fighters. Local, is that right?
Or depending on where they train, because Josette trains at CKB, yeah. Blood Diamond trains at CKB.
I mean, I'm counting that if you train there or you're from there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 of the 12 fights.
And originally, Kai Car France would have been one more.
And Casey O'Neill is supposed to be on the card too, so that would have been 12.
Casey O'Neill, yeah. Wow, it would have been, geez, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll be a clean sweep.
It'll be clean sweep. If they can come out with only 2 losses, honestly, it's the main event that matters. For sure. It's the main. It's really only one fight as far as the local guy winning.
Yeah, if they go 9-0 and Izzy loses, then
it doesn't matter.
God,
don't matter.
None of it matters. None of it matters. It's like the Patriots going 16-0 and losing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, don't matter. All right.
Izzy and Dana have said that Dricus refusing to accept the quick turnaround fight 293 affected his shot at the title next. If Hamzat Chimaev beats Costa at UFC 294, is he getting the title shot over Dricus? We talked about this in the preview show. What do you think, Casey? Let's just say I really hope Dricus is in Sydney, first of all. But if he isn't and he just tweets something out or posts something on Instagram or something like a reaction, it's not going to be enough. So if he's there and there's at least an image of him trying to get to Izzy to at least have some sort of confrontation, then I think that helps him a lot here. But the second Hamzat Chimaev Paul Costa happens, if Hamzat just runs him, I don't care what's going on DDP. I feel like Hamzat's got a real good chance of getting that fight. But Izzy saying one thing, Dana said his thing. Eugene Berriman, I believe he did this interview at Submission Radio in Sydney and said no, DDP's next. So you kind of
I
really never know. But what do you think?
I personally think no matter what happens with the Costa fight, I think DDP will be next. Uh, Mostly because Izzy has been such a dominant champion, um, even avenging his one loss. I feel like he just needs more contenders, and Boers doesn't fight that often anymore. So and Izzy fights much more often than Chimaev does. So I feel like it still will be DDP. But the question I really have is, has DDP just dropped the ball on this by letting everyone else control the narrative now?
Yeah, kind of in a way. Yeah,
I mean,
in a way.
I understand like that's his job is just to train, make weight, and fight. But this is also prize fighting. This is the reality. You got to control your narrative, and it seems that he let Dana control the narrative. He let Izzy control the narrative, and now I don't know what's wrong with DDP. I just know he's injured. Did I miss a big interview? Did I miss something? I don't understand why Drickus hasn't been in the news all week. You know, him doing interviews with everyone, going, I'm if he can't make it to Sydney, but he should be he should be on the watch party later. You know, watching the main event. Like he needs to be involved in this main event somehow.
I'll tell you what, Danny Ruby, if you're listening, let's go. Let's make it happen.
And that's the problem.
Hop on, let's do it.
And that's why I feel Drickus is gonna get left behind, not because he turned down this fight, is because he didn't leave himself in the news. He didn't make himself the story, and you have to make yourself the story in this sport. So I don't know. What do you think? Does that make? Do you see what I'm coming at?
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
He's gotta be in the mix somehow. Like he's not even tweeting anything about it. He's not even saying like, who cares about this fight? I'm the fight. Like nothing.
I'm the fight.
Just
yeah.
literally nothing. So maybe he's there. Maybe he's gonna sit cage side for it. I don't know. We'll see.
It's weird. It's weird when they now the Whitaker DDP fight even makes less sense. Even why it happened. We're not gonna go over that again. Why the fight was so stupid to even happen. But it worked out perfect. We thought it worked out perfect for the UFC. We thought it worked out. Like, oh, they did a risky one and it worked out. But now seems like it's not working out. So
yep. Good thing Sean Strickland was available.
Yeah.
As an Australian, Sean made it into our news channels for his media day comments. Do you believe the UFC are rooting for Adesanya to beat Strickland, as Sean is seen as a huge PR liability for the UFC? I feel like we have been trying to answer this question for like 2 years now. John Strickland, like I like AK and I do these, like we have the On to the Next One show, and the first show we do to kick off the year is we take a bunch of like buy, sell fan submission questions, and we have to like either buy it or sell it. And then we come back at the end of the year and like go through them and see like who was right, who was wrong through all of them. And every year there's a Sean Strickland is going to say or do something so reprehensible that the UFC is actually going to have to issue a press release to respond to it. And we've sold it every single time. So I think we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I don't think they're rooting for Sean Strickland to win. I think they're probably rooting for Adesanya to win for international reasons. Izzy's a big star, but I don't think it like kills them if Sean wins either, because they could just rebook the rematch. Sean gets a big payday. Izzy probably beats him in the rematch, and they probably won't have a trilogy. Izzy will just move on and fight the guys he's supposed to fight. So I don't know. I don't think I feel like the UFC is not rooting for Izzy to win, but they're hopeful that he wins. They're definitely hopeful that he wins.
I absolutely believe they're rooting big time for Izzy to win. They're happy Strickland took the fight, accepted whatever money he accepted for this fight, but they, from a PR perspective, I absolutely do not see why the UFC would want Strickland winning this fight. I mean, as soon as Strickland wins, we're just gonna see that image of Strickland holding up that T-shirt saying "Women shouldn't vote" or something, whatever that stupid thing was. So I mean, okay, you have crazy, stupid beliefs. Okay, we've decided it doesn't matter as long as you can fight. That's how the sport's gonna be. Okay, we have accepted that. But being the champion for the UFC, and then I don't know, it could get really ugly. I mean, Sydney had what is it? The Sydney Tourism Board or government had to put out a statement basically saying,
Yeah.
basically we didn't make this fight. This is out of our hands. We apologize beforehand, whatever Sean Strickland may say. I get everyone can be like, oh, they can say whatever they want, but it just doesn't work that way.
It's gonna if Sean Strickland wins tonight. Oh my god! Like that's why we when we headlined the preview show, it wasn't like will this be the biggest upset in history, because it won't be. It won't be Sarah beating GSP. Nothing will.
Nothing
But
will.
will be the most
It'll be up there.
chaotic. Will it be the most chaotic result in UFC history? I think there's a very, very good chance it would be the most chaotic thing maybe to ever happen in the history of the UFC.
Oh, by the way, all the comments calling me soy boy because I want women to be able to vote. F you. You guys are jackasses. Oh, Casey's okay with women voting. What a soy boy. Oh my God.
Oh, God,
yeah, you guys suck. Seriously. You suck. I get it. Weirdos. All right. No, from a PR perspective, they absolutely do not want Sean to win. Hey, but if he does win, good luck, PR. Good luck, UFC PR. Have fun with that. Because, hey, this is the bet the UFC made if Sean does win tonight. So,
can you imagine Sean Strickland doing the media rounds? He's on Good Morning America and he's on Kelly and whatever co-host is. What, Ryan Seacrest or is it somebody else now?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, one of those.
He's just doing all the rounds. He's on Monday Night Football. He's just doing. It's just gonna be so funny. Oh my God.
It's one thing to say all these things inside the MMA bubble, but once you get your champion, you start going on these shows. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh God, it's gonna be the funniest thing ever if he wins.
I'm a big fan of chaos too. I just love chaos. But for some reason, this isn't the chaos I want. But if it happens, it happens. Who knows? Hey, if he wins, he wins. He wins, he's the champ.
I'm telling you, I talked as the preview show went on, the more and more the vibes meter went up a little bit more, that I have to at least prepare myself for this result. And it would just be hilarious. It'd be so friggin' funny. The UFC scrambling around, Sean just breaking every rule. The anti-champion. Oh my gosh. It'd just be so funny. It'd be super funny. All right, what else we got?
We got lots of questions.
Let's go.
Oh, like this one.
Which song will Tai Tuivasa walk out tonight? I'm predicting Careless. That's a great choice. What do you think he's coming out to? Is it going to be dancey? Is it going to be upbeat? Is it going to be Careless Whisper with the saxophones?
Wait, hold on. We have special sports blogger from
my God.
What local?
Ramundi.
Ramundi. Look at this.
Hi, Mark.
That's my
cat. How you doing, buddy?
I know who that is. It's my pal.
Yeah.
He's for 3 hours.
He can't hear you right now.
Oh, it was the best.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yes. How you doing, pal?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mark. I mean, only here on the People's Pre-Fight Show do you get just rando drop-ins from Ramundi. This is incredible. Careless Whisper would be incredible, though.
Huh?
What's your prediction?
Okay, cool.
Ask Mark. Wait.
What do you want me to ask him?
Ask him what he thinks Tuivasa.
What's Ty Tuivasa walking out to tonight? Do you have any idea? Get a little closer. Get.
A prediction.
I'm gonna say something by Madonna.
Ooh, like Into the Groove or like a Virgin. That's not...
I'm thinking maybe something from Evita.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Is that no? That's not good.
No good, but nice try.
Not. All right. Well.
He didn't have time to rehearse his material.
Yeah,
yes.
I usually
imagine coming to La Isla Bonita. That'd be super funny.
Bye, guys.
Golly. Bye, Mark.
How was lunch? Lunch was good.
We didn't eat yet.
Oh, you didn't
We
eat?
brought the food back.
Oh, you brought food? All right, go.
Yeah.
What'd you
All
get
right.
me?
I don't know. There's a bunch
All
of
right,
Japanese food up there.
Yes. What do you think, Casey? What's he walking to? Take a guess.
Ooh.
Trying to hit my back here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, incredible.
Something by Cher. What was that
Leave?
song when? Huh?
Believe?
No, the song when she was on the big boat on the Navy warship. If I could turn back time.
Oh.
It's just a good jam. It's a good jam. I'm just saying.
No one's turning that off.
Turn back time.
What does he walk to? Has he walked to a Spice Girls song yet? He's had to have.
I feel like tell me what you want,
know.
what you really want. That'd be a good one too.
Yeah. Boy, I love the Careless Whisper idea.
Oh man, if he has someone playing the saxophone too, or just airplane, just
Like Gerald Mearshart walking
Yeah.
out playing the saxophone. That'd be incredible.
Jeremy Mearshart
He's gonna come out to
one of my favorite fighters
Sade's-
because of that.
He's gonna come out to Sade's Smooth Operator. There you
Ooh.
go.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? I take it back. Yeah, I get something like kind of like some art, some '80s like good like sexy R&B. That'd be good. Hey, yeah.
Coming out to "Don't Disturb This Groove" by The System. Oh my god, that'd be so friggin' funny.
Oh yeah, so he did. Yeah, he did do Spice Girls already. Yeah, so he had done
okay.
Spice Girls. So yeah. Oh,
Nick gets an ought no point if he comes out to Careless Whisper though, because that'd be unbelievable.
That'd be pretty sick.
Any special guests for the watch party tonight? Yeah. New York Rick for the main event. Paca Porta for the co-main event. Stay tuned. He will be there for Tai Tuivasa Alexander Volkov. It's done. It's on his social media, so it's official. He will be there. I talked to him this morning.
Nice.
So there you go.
Oh.
And if DDP wants to hop on, let's go. We can make that happen too.
Where is DDP? Okay. Just wait.
I like the shirt. Judge Suicidal Tendencies H2O playing DC on October 12th. There you go.
Yeah, so cool. Good. Some MMA fans of some good old school hardcore music taste. I like it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, let's talk about this.
Are you guys excited for Laura Sanko? Was just watching the Holloway Cater post show you did with her, and she had just commentated LFA. Time flies. Yeah, no kidding, man. Remember we used to get her on the post-fight shows? There's some fun post-fight shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's on to bigger and better. This is a well-deserved opportunity. I talked to her about it. If you guys want to watch the interview, it's up there. I talked to her, I think, Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night I talked to her, which is Friday where she was in Sydney. But yeah, good for her, man. She's so pumped. She's gonna kill it toniite. I have no doubts.
This took too long, but I'm glad she's finally in that booth. And her, DC, and Anik, I am genuinely excited to hear the commentary tonight. And I don't think I've said that in a long time. So
I think it's gonna be really good. I think they're gonna be a really good trio because, like, with Anik just putting on the T4, she's gonna kill it, man. Yeah, she's gonna kill it.
And I'm assuming they're gonna give DC the in cage interviews, but Laura has done in cage interviews too. So I hope eventually too at some point she does the in cage interviews too. I was at one of her. I think probably not her first show, but back when I was kind of going to more Invicta shows, Laura was the color commentator for Invicta for a few shows. She did the in cage interviews too, so she's had experience, and I'm just that's really cool. I'm just happy for Laura. I was at her MMA debut when she won her first fight for Invicta. So
man,
I feel like I've watched her blossom into this just this great MMA personality. So I'm very happy for her. Just good people.
Good people. I agree. Well said.
Good people.
What else we got? With TKZ out of the picture, who's the star of Korean UFC? It's a great question.
Who am I missing?
I mean, I think he's still even though Zombie like officially retired, probably like still him.
Who's the active star? How about that? Who's the highest ranked Korean fighter? Iron Turtle? Am I forgetting
Jung Ho
somebody?
Kang.
Kang. Kang's the most handsome.
I kind of feel like Doo Ho Choi might be the guy right now, but he's not he's
it's just
not really that active.
Are there any top female Korean fighters in the UFC? Am I forgetting? I don't think there are. I know some Chinese fighters. Am I forgetting any Korean fighters?
The
void. There's a void there.
Yeah, there's definitely a void. But we got the road to UFC, so we're gonna get a few more in there. But I mean, they've had others.
Yeah,
like
just
Stun Gun. They've had
Stun Gun. I guess was the original Korean star.
Seohee Ham was there for a hot minute.
Yeah, so, I think she's currently in 1 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good too.
Oh, I love watching her. All right.
How many takedowns does Sean Strickland attempt? Wow, that's a really good question. I'm gonna set the over under at 1.5, Casey. Over under 1.5.
I'm going under.
I'm going under too.
I'm going under too.
I thought it was like the game plan has to be to wrestle at some point in this fight, and I don't think Sean's gonna listen to it at all.
Yeah, I mean, just you got to at least threaten the wrestle. You got to threaten to do some level changes and stuff. I don't think that's what. When was the last time you remember him shooting for a takedown?
Let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up his stats.
Like, when was the last time he actually kind of took someone down and all right, maintain kind of top control?
Nasruddin fight he did.
Nasruddin.
Uriah Hall, he took Uriah Hall down a bunch.
Oh, he did? Okay. So that was a while
4
back.
times. He took Cannonier down once. The Uriah fight was the most takedowns he's landed in a UFC fight with 4. No takedowns against Krzysztof Jotko. He had 1 against Brendan Allen. He doesn't have a ton. 3 against Court McGee.
And he's not someone that does desperation takedowns. If he starts getting hurt, he just comes back with more volume, I would think. He's not a guy.
He's just gonna throw. He's just gonna throw harder.
You touched him, I'm gonna change levels and shoot. But he doesn't seem like he doesn't. That's not the type of fighter he is. That is the smart game plan, but he's not that type of fighter. He never has been. So so I'm gonna go. We just say 1.5. That was your over.
1.5 is the number. Yeah.
I'm going under. Going under.
Yeah, I think it's under too.
Yeah, and if he does shoot once, I don't think it will be a committed takedown. I think it'll be kind of all right. Let me just.
It's probably just to push him against the fence. Honestly.
Yeah, make him think a bit.
Let him do work there. That's Strickland does work against the fence.
All right.
Who shoots the first takedown, Strickland or Izzy?
Ooh, I'm gonna go. If someone shoots a takedown, I will go Izzy. Actually,
I think Izzy's gonna try to sub him. Like, I really think he's gonna try to sub him tonight.
This might be the fight to try. If he wants to test out his wrestling, test out his jiu-jitsu, full live. With a opponent that's trying to knock your head off, Strickland might be the opponent to try it on. Honestly, he might be the guy. So
we'll see what Izzy does.
Because obviously he trains all the martial arts. He just doesn't really get to practice it necessarily in his actual fights. So maybe this is the time to do it. I would kind of be super excited if he like legitimately double legs, like blast double Strickland. And something
my gosh. He shoots like 47 takedown attempts, like Rob. Can you imagine that? Wow. I'm just painting like the strangest pictures this fight could actually be.
Is this fight going to be weird?
Oh God, yeah. Of course it will be. There will be weird things that happen. We will laugh at some point in this fight.
Yeah, there's going to be some moment in this fight going like, you know what? I could watch all the tape in the world. I would have not predicted this.
There's nothing.
Yeah, something weird. Something weird. All right. Oh, you know what? This is kind of a general question, but I like it.
How excited are you for this card? Honestly,
I like the honestly at the end.
honestly, like don't fluff it. So I don't think I'm the right person to ask about this because I mean, you guys know how I feel about the card. Um, but I am excited because I love doing the watch parties, and I'm incredibly excited for Paca Porta to come on. So I don't think my score is indicative of the rest of the MMA community. So to me, it's like with the watch party and like the craziness that's going to happen. Like I love that stuff. I love being flying from the seat of my pants for 2.5 hours. So I'm still like an 8.5. Like I do think it's going to be a fun watch. Like I think there's a very good chance that all 5 fights end in knockouts, which is fun for people who want to spend that kind of money. It's just 4 of the fights have no real significance in terms of like maybe if Tai Tuivasa wins, like that's something. But even like if Volkov beats Tai, like he's not getting a title shot anytime soon. There's not a ton of stakes here, and I like that. But in terms of like action and what we're going to get on this main card on pay-per-view, like we could get 5 first-round knockouts on this card. It's very possible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the last 6, 7 fights could honestly be like legitimate finishes. Doesn't mean it's a great card, but as far as violence, I'm sure there will be. I said it.
You said it.
Some violent fights. There should be a decent amount of knockouts. So in terms of just action, I am excited for this card. In terms of as an MMA fan, paying $80 to watch this card, not excited. This is unless you're the biggest Izzy fan ever, or you're the biggest Strickland fan ever. This is the fight. This is the one pay-per-view I would skip, honestly. But I mean, if you're going to skip pay-per-view, this is the one to skip. But so
jump on the watch party. It's free.
Jump on the watch party.
It's totally free. Paca Porta ain't going to be on pay-per-view.
Yeah. But if you are excited about this fight, this card, awesome. Cool. That's super.
It's gonna be a fun watch. Like it's going to be a fun watch.
Yeah, I don't want this card to suck. I don't want this to be a bad card. I'm not like, oh, I hope everything goes to shit. You know, I was like, no, I hope it's a great card. I'm gonna watch it, but why would I want anything less? You know, but expectations are low, but yeah, so it can only go up from there.
Yes.
All right.
I'll take a few more. We got like 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Question: would be more shocking, Sean via KO, TKO, sub, or decision?
I would have to think KO. I'm assuming it's a standing TKO, a standing KO. Yeah.
Honestly,
Sean,
I think it's a decision. I think Sean winning a decision would be pretty shocking. That means Sean just out hustled Izzy for 5 rounds, and like there's a lot to that. Yeah. So I think I'd be like if we're in the watch party and we get through the 5th round and we're like, wow, Sean Strickland is the middleweight champion in a matter of seconds, like that's gonna be pretty shocking. That's gonna be pretty shocking. Yeah. Like Sean just going out and finishing him and landing like a big shot out of nowhere, like that'd be wild, and the reaction would be super fun and insane. But if he just goes out and just out hustles, like that's the whole thing. Like if he Cody Garbrands Israel Adesanya tonight, like it just styles on him, like that would be the most shocking thing to me.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because small gloves, anything can happen in MMA. But what doesn't happen is you just solidly win. You just dominate 25 minutes of a fight. You just make Izzy look very normal. You just make him look very average. Actually, that would be the most shocking. I do think it would be so shocking in the sense that you wouldn't even want to see a rematch, because minus an injury during Izzy, like Izzy breaks a forearm or something, so he has to fight with like a broken arm that no one knows about, something like that. Assuming Izzy's like relatively healthy the whole fight, and he just loses to a better fighter decisively. Yeah, that will be the biggest shocker ever in the history of the world.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Getting the vibes. I'm getting the vibes.
Hey, but that's what's fun. I mean, that's what kind of keeps you excited. You know, it's like you never know. And that I think that's why we like MMA, because there's always that you never know factor,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what else we got? And then we'll get to our predictions. Mike Case, since Young missed weight and looked rough on the scale, do you think underdog Miranda wins this one? I am picking Miranda to win this fight by submission. Second round submission was my official pick. But yeah, I like when we talked about like clean sweeps. This is the one where I feel like Miranda has a really good chance to win.
Yeah, I don't know very much about Miranda. I've only loosely remember him losing to BSD in his only UFC fight. As far as Shane Young looking bad, if he, I'm picking Shane Young to win a lackluster decision because he has to win this fight, because I think it was his 3 losses. It'll be his 4th loss in a row if he loses this fight. So, and he's going against a winless UFC not debut, but someone who's never won the UFC before. Yeah, Shane Young has to win this fight. So I'm actually picking Shane Young by kind of lackluster decision, but as long as he gets that W. And the fact that Shane Young weighed in 90 minutes, I think, before he had to, really, he played the game a bit. He didn't cut that extra pound and a half and still miss weight, but tried to the very end. He knew he wasn't going to make weight. Weighed in pretty much at an early time. So I still expect Shane Young to win this fight. But I'm kind of, I know there's a time and place to ask these questions, but there's that, the whole about Izzy going, oh, if you miss weight, you should get 90% of your purse taken. I kind of curious. All right, now that's one of your teammates. How do you feel now? It's different,
I mean, he has said even if it was one of my guys, I'd feel the same way. So
yeah.
We'll see. Maybe someone will ask him at the presser tonight.
Yeah. Hey, of course, and we don't know. Maybe Shane Young, maybe there's some sort of injury that we don't know about too. That's a big weight miss too. So something went wrong in his training camp or his weight cut to allow him to miss weight by this much. If it was like a half pound, that just means you just didn't quite calculate it right. Well, you missed by 4 or 5 pounds for a fight this important at this level. Something happened. Could be an injury. I don't know. If he has an injury, then you pull out of the fight. You do not. I don't know why you would fight this fight with an injury coming in 3 losses. But I'm hoping Shane Young is fully healthy for this fight. That's all. I hope we're not getting a compromised version of him, because that would be just disappointing for fans.
All right. Do we have what would a win over Miguel Cop do for Felipe Dos Santos? He's a top 10 flyweight.
Yeah. All of a sudden, whoa.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. It'd be really bad for Miguel Cop if he loses. Yeah. Like really, really bad.
Yeah. Regardless of what happened at the press conference, just losing to a debuter, someone like Miguel Cop losing to someone like this, he hasn't lost to anyone like this, and at least this unheralded a name in a very, 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 very long time. So this will be a giant upset if he does win, and if Dos Santos can do it, he can do it.
For sure.
All right.
Let's play. What are we getting for bonuses here? Will there be a fight of the night bonus tonight, or are we just going to be a bunch of performance bonuses?
Fight of the night. I'm gonna go Tuivasa Volkov just for the heck of it. I think Tuivasa brings it. He'll bring it, and I think he'll make Volkov. Volkov can be kind of boring sometimes when he kind of cruises to victories, but if he can make this a slugfest of Volkov, it could be pretty fun. So I'm gonna go the co-main for fight of the night.
I'm gonna say there will be no fight of the night. I think we're just gonna. This is either gonna be one of those cards where like everyone who gets a finish gets a bonus, or
I hope so.
It's just gonna be.
I prefer it that way.
So I think we're gonna go. I think it's gonna end up being 4 bonuses. And Dana saying, we'll take care of them. I'm gonna go Ty, Carlos Ulberg.
Even though he's a giant favorite, doesn't matter. Just they're going to give it to the hometown.
Carlos Ulberg's not a giant favorite.
Is he not?
He's he is minus 290.
Oh, it's interesting. He's minus 290, but on Tapology, when it's just straight picks, he is by far the biggest underdog on the card, with only 5% of people fans, picking Mr. Jung to win.
All right, I'm gonna go Ulberg, Tai, Tafa, and then it's gonna be. It won't be Manel Cobb. I'll say Gabriel Miranda gets one because he stops a dude who missed weight, and they usually favor that. So that's gonna be my picks. All right, let's go through the main card here. See what we got. I feel like a lot of our picks are going to be pretty similar, but we'll see. We'll start with Tyson Pedro versus the Pleasure Man. Tyson Pedro minus 108, Pleasure Man minus 112. It's basically a coin flip. Casey, who wins?
I'm going Tyson Pedro. He would not taste the Pleasure Man, and he will knock him out in the first round.
I got round 2 for Pedro. Even though he's all of his knockouts are in the first round, he's due. It's not going to get to the halfway point of the fight, but like in the 6-minute mark of this entire thing, Tyson gets him out of there. And then we move on to another fight. We get the rematch between Justin Tafa and Austin Lane. Let me see what the betting odds are on this one. Tafa minus 198, comeback on Austin Lane plus 164. Does Mr. Tafa get it done, or does the former Jacksonville Jaguar get it done?
The Tafa brothers will reign supreme again, and he will knock out the Jaguar, the former Jag, in the first round.
Yeah, I get the same. Manel Kopp minus 425, taking on Felipe Dos Santos plus 330. I think it's very important Manel Kopp gets a finish here. I don't think winning a decision is going to do anything for him. He needs to go out and kill this dude after bringing that energy to the press conference, and I think he's gonna. First round knockout, but I do think the fight's going to be more competitive than the betting odds suggest. I just think Kopp's just going to land something huge, like right around 4 minutes into the first round, and it's just going to be too much. But it is going to be fun 4 minutes, but Manel Kopp first round knockout.
I'm going competitive first round, but Kopp will take over and knock out his opponent in the second round.
We go to the co-main event. Alexander Volkov minus 225 favorite. The comeback on Tai Tuivasa plus 185. I am holding a Tai Tuivasa by knockout betting ticket at plus 300. So I'm picking Tai Tuivasa to get it done. Round 1. I do have bets on this card. I am a man of my word. I'm a man of the people, and I can't let my man GC do it alone. So if we're gonna do chat bets and all this stuff, I gotta put my money where my mouth is. So my terrible casual bets will be on the screen for the main card, but I'm going Tai Tuivasa first round knockout.
I hate picking against my heart. I want Tai to win. I want Tai to win, but I'm going Volkov in an exciting fight, in a fight of the night. But Volkov will actually get the finish in round 3.
And then I get Izzy second round knockout. I do have an Izzy plus 1,600 by submission ticket as well.
You got some money in?
Oh, it's a sprinkle. I mean, it's just a dabble. It's a dabble. But listen, he likes somehow he wills these things into the universe, and they happen. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna take the chance. If that happens, he does it within the first 12 minutes and 29 seconds of the fight, then I'm gonna be a very happy camper. But yeah, Izzy second round knockout for me. What do you got?
Man, that's smart. That's smart throwing some money on that submission, because I can see Izzy definitely dropping Strickland, and Strickland is a tough SOB, so he will get dropped. He won't just go out cold, but Izzy might use that opportunity. Oh, I can do the classic club and sub, and
it's gonna be a Darce. It's gonna be a Darce too.
Yeah,
that's
something like that.
A Darce.
But I'm not going submission for Izzy. But if Izzy is gonna go for submission finish tonight, sounds like the night. But I am picking Izzy by TKO round 3 and a
weird fight.
Weird, and but overall very dominant performance from Mr. Adesanya.
I gotta tell you, I'm so much more excited for this fight than I ever thought I would be. Just because I'm feeling the vibes. I'm feeling the vibes. Something weird's gonna happen. Hit the music. Hit the music. Let's go. All right, fights are about to start. They may have already started, but I don't know. but very busy night here at MMAfighting.com.
Let's go.
Like a great website. Jose is in Sydney, so you'll get all the winner interviews on the YouTube channel. Party 9:45 p.m. Eastern. We are going to have fun, even if the card doesn't have a lot of stakes to it. We're going to have a freaking blast. So join us for that. Paca Porter's jumping on.
Who's joining on?
Paca Porter! It's going to be a good time. We'll have the press conference right after the main event. We'll have a post-fight show probably like 5 a.m. And then AK and I are going to get 2 hours of sleep. We're going to do on to the next at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Standard Time. I got to fly out of here a little bit earlier than I usually do. Thank you all very much. We'll see you at 9:45 for the watch party. For Casey, I am Mike Heck. Enjoy, everybody.
Have fun tonight.
Later on. Woo-hoo.